I want to share with you guys that I feel like will make sense for you to be able to process your coming to Canada in 2021. So 2021, that's your goal. This is January. We're still in the first week of January. Probably we're going to the second week of January. You can plan your year. You can plan, you can save up, you can think, well, this year or next year, I want to be in Canada as a permanent resident or as a student. These are all the routes to follow, and see you in Canada either by the end of the year or in 2022. So let's get right into the video. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's 2021, a new year, a new vibe, a new everything. So yeah, it's that proud black woman again, and thank you so much for tuning in today. So this is my second vlog of the year. What am I talking about? It's not a vlog, it's me just, talking to my fans, talking to my friends, talking to my family, which are all of you, in case you don't know that. You're all my family, and thank you so much for all the support that you've shown to me in 2020, and now we're in 2021. Please, let's do more. Let's get this channel popping, okay? So I know you've already seen it from the title. What am I talking about today? This is like, a lot of people have been asking me, inboxing me, asking me, how do I come to Canada? How can you help us come to Canada? I'm like, girl, I really don't know much, because I used to be an education consultant that I used to help people to get schools, and I also help them to gather their documents to apply for visas and stuff. But then, you know how you people are, you don't want to pay, and you just waste my entire time, and I just gave up on it and went with something else. Anyway, so today the points that I want to share with you guys that I feel like will make sense for you to be able to process your coming to Canada in 2021. So let's get right into the video. So remember to like, share, subscribe, and give me a huge thumbs up. Make sure you share with all your family, friends, and loved ones, and comment down below if I missed anything. Comment down below if you want to hear anything that I didn't mention. Comment down below if you have other topics that you want me to treat as well. Comment down below. So yeah, how do you come to Canada? First thing, let me bust your brain. Did you know that you could come to Canada as a permanent resident? Did you know that? I know a lot of people already know that, but this is for people that don't know. You can actually come from Nigeria to Canada as a permanent resident, and there's ways to go about that, but I'm going to be talking about two major ways that you can come to Canada in 2021, because I know that everybody's saying, I need to leave Nigeria, I need to leave Africa, I need to leave this, I need to leave that. Well, it's not going to be magic. That I want you to know. It's not going to be magic. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes money. And that's one thing that people don't want to spend. They come to you, they ask all this information, but then when you start telling them how much it will cost, then they skedaddle. And I'm thinking, when you were asking me all of this, did you think I was going to pay for you? Because I don't understand it. You need to look for the money if you're coming. So I'm going to be talking, before I start rambling, I'm going to be talking about two major ways that you can come to Canada. There are several other ways, but if you want to learn about that, you have to go to your immigration consultant or to your immigration lawyer, because I'm not an immigration lawyer. I'm not a consultant as at now. I already left that, so I'm not abreast with the new laws and the new regulations and the new rules, because I really don't care right now. Anyway, so what are the two ways? First one is you can come as a permanent resident, and the second one is you can come as a student. How, you might ask? How do I come through these ways? The first one, simple. You can come as a student if you have your degree. If you don't have your degree as well, you can come and study here. But it's not that simple. It involves money. You have to pay for your tuition, of course. You have to pay. You have to bring... I remember when I helped people in 2015, 2016, for one person, it was $10,000 that you needed to have in your account. And then for each additional, I think for the second person, you had 5,000, making 15. For the third, 4,000. For the fourth, 3,000. And subsequent people, 3,000 each. So that's a lot of money to have in your account apart from your tuition. How much does tuition cost? It could cost anywhere from 10,000 to 20-something thousand as an international student, except if you're lucky enough and you're one of those that gets a scholarship to come study here. But even with that, you still have to have money, and that money is by calculation of how much a typical cost of living for one person costs in Canada for 1 year. So all of that you need to get ready. However, it doesn't mean you have to have the money right away when you start the process. Especially with the COVID-19 now, there's been delays in processing of there's been a lot of delays in processing of visas and all of that. But I can't overemphasize this. People will put money in their account, probably borrow it or whatever. They'll put it in their account and then take it out the next day and they go apply. Did you think you're not going to know? They're going to check. Fair enough, they don't check every account, but they check at random. And you could just be the unlucky one that they check your account. So just make sure your money is there up until you get your visa. So if your visa takes 1 year, you have to have money to be able to live in your account for up to 1 year. And one thing I advise people is make sure that you have the money for the school, you have money for your living, and not just that, you have to have other money that would last you before you get admission or before you come to Canada. Because people will be like, oh, 10,000 for me to come for the year, and also maybe 10,000 for school fees, 20,000, and then you put 20,000 in your account and that's it. How about you thinking about, they'll be wondering, what money are you going to spend up until, if it takes 1 year, what money are you going to spend? Is it that you're going to be dipping into that money? So you have to think about that. If you're going to be a sponsor, because if you don't have money, you can have a sponsor. But then the sponsor as well, if they're going to be supporting, they have to show that they can afford all of that money and still have money to be able to support themselves and their family members and any other dependent that's under them. So it's not that you need $20,000 and then the person has $25,000. $5,000 is not enough after taking your $20,000 to take care of them and all of that. Also, you can use proof of accommodation. If you have family here, if you have friends that want to accommodate you, they can also provide you with a proof of accommodation support. So that will also help you as well. So looking for schools, you can go online. You can go online, check like the tuition differs from province to province. You can go online, check the schools that are available, check their eligibility, check their requirements, and get this done. One thing that I know is the English proficiency. Before, Ontario wasn't so big on English proficiency exam, but now even the colleges are asking you for your English proficiency exam. So you have to do that. It could be what's it called? IELTS, it could be any other one, but do your English proficiency. And also the WES, the qualification, the evaluation process for your results. If you're internationally trained, you need to evaluate your results, and this could be done by WES or any other one, ICAS or all other, document evaluation services that are out there. I used WES during my time, and the same thing with my hubby. My hubby also used WES. So that's something that you need to bear in mind. You have to bear in mind as well the time frame, because none of these things are magic. They take time. So if you're planning to come to school here next year, you have to start the process from this year, because first of all, if you are going to evaluate your result, that might take anywhere up to 2 months or more. So think about that. So you have to put that into consideration. If you're going to be doing IELTS for your exams, if you're going to be doing IELTS as well, the result, like, you might not get a date like right now. You might get a date that's like a month down the line. And also remember to prepare for it. So you don't want to just go because people always underestimate IELTS and then they end up failing, or they don't get up to the required band score that they need to get that course that they want to do. So you have to make sure that you practice. You, if possible, enroll with some tutorial centers where they can actually teach you what would come out in the exam, not necessarily what will come out, but like possible questions, practice and all of that, that would help you to be able to achieve your goal of having a high score. So all of this time frame you have to add, and then now even for visitor, it's almost a year processing time. Talk more of students. So you have to think about that. You have to go to the Government of Canada website and check your country, check the processing time for your country, and it's updated, I think, every 2 weeks. So check every 2 weeks to see how it is. So if it's going to take a year, it means you have to start applying more than a year before. So all of that you have to put in your time frame. So okay, that's enough about schooling and all of that. If you want to learn more about that, you can leave a comment in the comment section. I'll make a video specifically for coming to Canada as a student. So anyway, Now moving to the other one that I talked about, express entry. So express entry is divided into 3 different routes that you can come in through. So express entry is simple as getting your permanent residence all the way from your country of origin before coming here. So when you get here, you're free. You don't have to worry about anything, right? So express entry is like 3 different ways that you can come in through express entry. First of them is through the provincial nominee, and that's like every province, they organize their own thing. It's not like a federal thing, so you have to go to that province, like different provinces websites, and check what programs they have, if you're eligible, and what are the processes, and what do you need to put in place to be able to be nominated to come to Canada. And then you have to the other one is the federal skilled worker. So federal skilled worker was the one I used. So it's if you have a work experience from back home or from any other country where you lived for more than a year, for a year or more, then you can apply through federal skilled worker. But with this one, it's a whole lot of money involved that you have to save in your account. And I think for a family of 4 would be like maybe 24,000. For one family, from one person was like 12,000. Like they have, just check on the Canada website. I'm going to leave the link to the Canada website, Canada Government of Canada website in the description box, so you can go there and check like just check, look around, take your time, don't be lazy. I noticed one thing about that: people are lazy. They want somebody to do everything for them. You have internet, go online, browse and see what the government of Canada has to offer. And every time there are new perks that comes out, like now I know that if you're a French speaker and you do the French proficiency exam, it will give you more points and more likelihood for you to be able to be landed in Canada, to get the permanent resident to Canada. So that's federal skilled worker. You have work experience that is above 1 year, and probably you have a degree and all of that. Yeah, there's a whole lot of things attached. You have a degree, you're young, you're at a certain age, because after you clock 30, you start to lose points. You start to lose points from there. So we're going to talk about the CRS points as well after, so that you can get an idea of what is required. So then there's also the Canada experience class. Canada experience class mostly is people that schooled here and will have work experience here in Canada or have a job offer here in Canada. It's a Canada experience class, and usually I think if you go to school for 2 years or college for 2 years, it would work in your favor. And also, in addition to that, if you have like 1 year work experience in the recommended NOC O or A or B. If it's lower than that, you might not be able to use it for Canada experienced class. What am I talking about? It seems like magic. Just go to the website that I talked about. You can go through it and see like what are the things that are required. What does NOC mean? What does your job title fall under? NOC 0 or A or B? Think about, you have to look at all those things and prepare yourself. Remember, if you can't do this by yourself, make sure that you go to a reputable immigration consultant or a reputable immigration lawyer. If you need me to recommend somebody to you, go on my social media, inbox me or DM me on my Instagram at thatproudblackwoman, and I would contact you with reputable people that I know here in Canada that can help you out. Anyway, having said that, I'm not an immigration consultant. This is a disclaimer. I'm not an immigration consultant and I'm not an immigration lawyer. So please don't take any of this too seriously. Make sure you do your own research. Make sure that you follow these people that you DM me, so that I can give you like the information of lawyers that I know here in Canada or immigration consultant that I know here in Canada that can help you out. So you don't have to go through all this headache or stress. They would help you. They will lift but it really costs money. Money. Anyway, so so those are the 3 classes. There's also federal trade skilled worker or federal trade skilled workers program. This is for people that are, back in Nigeria they call it Ishowo. So these are people that are into trades like carpentry, plumbing, trailer haulage drivers and things like that. Electricians. So those are skilled workers. So trade skilled workers. So there's also that avenue, but I don't really know much about that, so I wouldn't be talking much about it. So those are the three major ones that I know that you can come to Canada through. And also and all of these are under express entry, so you apply online. So how do you apply online? First of all, you have to go online right now and do the CRS calculator. Look for, or you can Google CRS calculator or CRS point calculator, and you try to evaluate yourself and see how eligible are you. So first thing, they will ask you for your age. They'll ask you for if you are married. They'll ask you if you've done your English proficiency or French proficiency tests, and what are the scores, the band scores that you got. They're going to ask you for your highest level of education. They're going to ask you for your work experience, how many years of work experience. They're going to ask you if you have work experience here in Canada, if you've schooled here in Canada. They'll ask you a bunch of questions, and with all of that, they will give you a score. So the total score that you can get is 1,200, but take it easy. So the 600 is mostly for people that have provincial nominee programs. So if you are have been nominated, you get 600, and the 600 adds to whatever points that you have before. So automatically you're gonna be invited to apply. But apart from that, they have scores that they release give or take 2 weeks, or sometimes it might take up to 3 weeks. They release so there's something called a pool. So when you get enrolled into that pool, they ask you for more details of your information, and you fill it in there, the school you attended, whatever, every information in more details they will ask you. So you fill it, and then you get entered into a pool, and you get given that, and then you'll be given that point. So with that point, you start watching out on their website for when they're going to be calling, when they're going to be doing draws. So they do draws, as I said, every 2 weeks. So sometimes it might take up to 3 weeks or more. When they do the draws, they will issue a score, which is the lowest score of those that will be invited. So for example, if the lowest score invited is 460 and you have 470, or you have 462, you're going to be getting an invitation to apply email from the government of Canada, from the CIC. Or so that way they're telling you, yes, you're eligible and we've chosen you to come and apply. And with that, you have 90 days. I know it used to be 60 days, but I think now it's 90 days, except if they've taken it back to 60 days. But it was 90 days when I was doing mine. So 90 days, and you have that 90 days to get all the documents, because they will give you a list of documents. You have to get all your documents ready, and then you have to apply within that 90 days. So your documents will include a police clearance certificate, will include a whole lot of things that they would ask you. So then when you get all your documents ready, and then they will tell you what under what scheme they've invited you to apply. So it could be federal skilled worker, it could be Canadian experience class, it could be provincial nominee program if you've gotten a provincial nominee from a province. So then you get make sure your English test is up to date, because if it's not up to date and you're in the pool, if it expires, your score will just drop all the way down. So you have to do another proficiency, either English or French proficiency exam. I know with English proficiency exam, they only last 2 years. So if you've done it a couple of months, if it only has like a couple of weeks to go, I would advise you to go do another one, because you don't want to miss out when they finally, when the points actually come in your favor. So anyway, so you get 90 days, as I said. If it has changed, then maybe it just recently changed. So you get 90 days from when you get your invitation to apply, and then you put together all your documents, especially if you're not in Nigeria and you need your police clearance certificate. It is important that you find somebody that can help you to go to Alagmo in CMS to help you get it. So they will need your fingerprinting for all your fingers and all of that. It's a story for another day. Anyway, so you get all the documents ready. At some point, they'll tell you to go do medicals. You go do your medicals. If you're pregnant, unfortunately, you're not able to do the x-ray part of it, but at least you can put in all other documents. And then as soon as you give birth, you can quickly go get your x-ray done. That happened to me when I was pregnant. I couldn't do the medicals. I did all of the medicals, but I couldn't do the x-ray because it's going to affect your fetus, right? And I don't want to destroy the life of my child. So, but I gave birth, and I kid you not, the next day I was rushing to the hospital to do my x-ray. The next day. That was how crazy. I was like, I need to get this done and dusted. So so you get all of those done, you submit, and then from then the time starts to count. right now I don't know the processing time, but when I did mine, it was 6 months. Within 6 months, they're supposed to come up with a determination for you. So but mine took more than 6 months because it was in Montreal, and then I was freaking out because I was like, why is it taking so long? So I joined a WhatsApp group for people that are in Montreal, that their case file are in Montreal. How do you find out where your case file is? You can there's a web form where you can ask them, you can email them and ask them where your file is, and then they would let you know. Or there's a whatever form that you can fill, and then in 30 days they will send you all your details and where, like, every information of where your document has been and who has worked on your document, and like what are the things that are going on and what are the things that are still outstanding and all of that. So if you don't live in Canada, I believe it's $5. If you live in Canada, it's free, so you don't have to pay money to get that proof. What's it called now? I totally forgot what it was called, but anyway. So you apply, and then all of it you leave into prayers. At this point, this is when people get so comfortable and start removing the money that they put in their account. Don't do it. Don't even think about it. Don't do it, because you never know when they're going to be checking the account to see if you actually have that money. So please don't do it. Leave it until you get your visa, until you get your golden letter, as they call it. And then, so as I said, the 3 routes, or 4, because I don't know much about the federal trade skilled worker, but I know about the regular federal skilled worker, and I know about the Canada Experience class, and also about the provincial nominee program. So I always advise them to find a provincial nominee program, because that's how you can get a lot of points. There's so many young people coming into the pool now, so the scores have remained high for the past year. I think it went up around April last year to 470 something, 460 something, and it has not come down. So if you are older than, let's say if you're 40 and above, or if you're, let's say, like in your late 30s and above, try your best to see if you can either get a French proficiency and an English proficiency to boost your scores. And if you can score the highest in the band score, because that would really boost your scores, or you can look for a provincial nominee program. It's no easy feat actually, but you can try, and you can also go to experts. As I said, go to immigration consultants that are reputable is the word here, and immigration lawyers that reside here in Canada that are reputable as well, that can help you to be able to get you a provincial nominee program. That would really improve your scores, because that's 600 points that you're getting on top of what you had before. So it is guaranteed that you're going to be coming to this country as a permanent resident. Anyway, so having said all of this, you can either come as a student, and then after 2 years of being a student, you can apply for permanent resident, which you're still coming back to this route, or you can outrightly from wherever you are all over the world do the express entry program right away, so that when you come, you're coming as a landed immigrant. So those are the ways that you can come to Canada. As I said, you can DM me on my Instagram at @thatproudblackwoman, and if you need me to link you with people that are reputable consultants and lawyers, contact me, and I will try to get you hooked up, and hopefully before the end of the year you're a permanent resident in Canada, or you're a student coming to Canada to study. So that's all. I don't want this video to be too long. It's getting too long. If you want me to talk about more things, leave a comment in the comment section. What do you want to know? What questions do you have? And I would be sure to respond, or make another video that will answer all those questions that you guys have. So I hope I've been able to help you. So 2021, that's your goal. This is January. We're still in the first week of January. Probably we're going to the second week of January. You can plan your year. You can plan, you can save up, you can think, well, this year or next year I want to be in Canada as a permanent resident or as a student. These are all the routes to follow, and see you in Canada either by the end of the year or in 2022. So remember, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you give me a huge thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions that you want to ask me. If you want me to do videos on other topics, leave a comment or DM me on Instagram. I love you people. Be the best you can be in 2021, and peace out.